Greetings, everybody. Jeffrey Guterman, Strat-O-Matic Sports Network. Greetings, everybody. Jeffrey Guterman. And we have the final game of a three-game series. The Phillies at the Pittsburgh Pirates at the Phillies. I had this one scheduled for tomorrow, but I'm sitting here with just an awful, awful feeling in my stomach and anxiety. Awful. And I figured maybe if I stay busy, I'll be all right. Better. We're here at the end of the replay here. Pretty much at the end. The Pirates have a 2 1/2 game lead over the St. Louis Cardinals. Every game is critical. The Cardinals have yet to play on this date, the 16th. They will play. Actually, they did. They did play. I'm so sorry. Where did they play? I'm looking. My goodness. They're off today. God. They are off on this date. They are off on the 16th. Indeed, they are. And there'll be starting on the 17th, the Pirates meet the Cardinals for what I think is a 2-game series. Yes. So it's getting very, very serious here. Cardinals were off today. Oh, God. Bear with me. So a loss here by the Pirates and the Cards will be within 2 games. And then they'll meet up on the 17th and 18th as part of a 2-game series. The coffee is brewing. Let me go over the lineups. For the Pirates, it'll be Bob Moose, right-hander, with 13 wins, and Woody Fryman, the southpaw, he's got 15 wins. For the Pirates, Matty Alou leading off in center, Dave Cash at second, Manny Sanguillen catching, Karl Taylor playing left field. Willie Stargell is out. Al Oliver at first. Jose Pagan at third. Rookie Johnny Jeter in right field. Clemente is out. Freddie Patek at short and Bob Moose the pitcher. I'm looking, and Stargell and Clemente are back in the lineup on the 17th against the Cardinals. For the Philadelphia Phillies, Tony Taylor at third, Rojas at second, Callison in right, Darren Johnson in left, Johnny Briggs in center, Rick Joseph at first, Don Money at short, Dave Watkins behind the plate, and Woody Fryman, the pitcher. Dick Allen is out. Dick Allen is injured. And here we go. The Phillies take the field. We're in Connie Mack Stadium. And Matty Alou leads it off here for the Pirates, the first place Bucks. Okay, here's Fryman now. The wind-up, the pitch to Alou. 4-9 left-handed, it's a base hit. So Alou singles, we're gonna try. I said I wasn't gonna do it, but I am gonna do it. I'm gonna do the super advanced, even on important games here. We'll go very slowly here, Alou. That asterisk means he'll get a lead if not held. That means he will be held. I would hold him as an A. Let's see if he can get the lead. 5 and 6, he gets the lead. If he gets the lead, he has to go. He has a hyphen. That means there's no automatic out. Might as well, because we don't have to go. That's what I get here. And that's going to be, I think it's the double die. Pretty sure we go with the double die there. Yeah, it's the double die. And it's a 9. He does not get the lead. And so he has no lead. That means he'll be a 1-11 with Fryman 1-14 and Sanguian 1-14. He'd be a -4 without the lead, 1-10, so we will not go. And he's being held. So Alou on first being held. And here's Dave Cash now. And had I been playing just advanced stealing, I would have held him, making him a 1-13, and then a. Oh, actually, I was looking at Sanguian. My goodness, it's a +2. I'm sorry. Let me do this over on Sanguian on Alou. We have a 1-11 to steal, a 1-14, and then with Watkins a 1-16, and then he's being held without the lead, so he's a 1-12. I'm sorry. He still won't go. Had I been doing just advanced, he would have been a 1-15. But in any case, now Lou on first. Here's cash now. The infielder's back. He'll be a B bunter. That's hit back to the pitcher, and it's a 12B. That's 2 strikes. So now it's a 2-strike count on cash. We're going to go for it again. Now the infield is in. He's a C. That'll be a 5C, and it's good. Hit back to Fryman, and his only play is to first. So Alou on second here with one out. And here's Manny Sanguian now. Here's Fryman from the stretch, and the pitch to Sanguian. That's going to be 1-6 left-handed, grounds it to third. And the only play, it's Taylor. His play is to Joseph at first, and Alou will hold. 2 outs. And now it's Karl Taylor. There's 2 Taylors here. There's Tony, and there's Karl, just so we don't get confused. It's 2 outs, Alou in scoring position. Karl Taylor is the batter. Here's Fryman now. And the pitch to Taylor. Oh yeah, demos. I don't know if you saw me on Alou. 6'8", right-handed. It's a very affordable. It's a grounder to short. Money has it. He throws it to first. The side is retired. I was gonna, demos. I was gonna play this game tomorrow morning, but I'm sitting here just with my gut torn apart with anxiety. I have an anxiety disorder along with depression, and I just figured this helps. It helps me to stay busy and occupied. it's a lot less uncomfortable, the anxiety. In any case, no runs, one hit, loose singled. I don't know if you saw my stealing on the stealing configuration. You saw it, and I was spot on. All right. All right. I love the reinforcement. Oh, I love the reinforcement. Thank you, sir. Oh, that was the best moment of my day. Believe it or not. Isn't that sick? I'm a sick bastard. Shit. I was spot on. All right. And by the way, I wasn't going to do it in these important games, but I'm doing it. Well, here we go, bottom of the first. It's going to be Bob Moose taking the mound. And Tony Taylor will lead it off. Pittsburgh nothing. Phillies now batting in the bottom of the first. Here's Taylor now. And the pitch from Moose. That's going to be 5-3 right-handed, and that's a ballpark slash. Right-handed in Philly. It's a 5. And that, no, it's not going anywhere. It's a liner to short. Caught by Patek, so there's one out. Now here's Cookie Rojas. Okay, Moose now. The wind up, the pitch to Rojas. That's going to be 2-6. And he pops it up to short. And Patek makes the catch. That's 2 pop outs to short. By the way, one of the things, I'm always looking here, demos. There's this calculus, pitcher's holding rating and the catcher's arm. And then there's this calculus, which is if held, -2 from the first outcome, which is with the lead, and -4 without the lead. However, if they're not being held, you just ignore this, correct? You just ignore this factor if they're not being held. Okay, here's Johnny Callison. 2 outs, nobody on. Here's Moose. And the pitch. 2-5, he walked him. So Callison is on. 2-5 walk. Now, Callison is an example of not really worth, It's funny, he's an E, he had 2 stolen. We're not even going to hold him, nor we're going to try there. And here's DJ Johnson now. Callison on first, 2 outs. The pitch from Moose. That's 5-9 right-handed, and he struck him out. And the side is retired. It's no runs, no hits, the walk to Callison. He was left on base. We've gone 1. It's scoreless here in Philly. I'll be back in just a couple minutes, folks. This is the Strat-O-Matic Sports Network. If runners are not being held, you don't do that. I can go look in my textbook, of course, just to reinforce that. Yes, it says it right here. On stealing second base, the defensive manager decides whether to hold the runner on base. If so, there is further adjustment, you see, and that is, if not, you don't do it. It says if so. If it says if not, you're not going to do it. So there it is, -2, -4 from each steal success rating, the first and the second, which correspond to with a lead and without a lead. So I just answered my own question, I suppose. Sometimes I'm a little bit unsure. Folks, I'll be back in just a couple minutes. I'm going to tell you, it's not easy to get a good feel for these, how good these stealers would be at a glance. I suppose I could look at the steal outcomes. That helps. That particularly helps. I'll be back, folks. Oh. Oh. Oh, good. We're back. We are on the top of the second. Huge ball game here. Woody Fryman takes the mound. Al Oliver is the batter. Got Fryman a +3 and Watkins a +2. That's a +5 right there. That makes a lot of things inviting. Maybe even for Oliver, but maybe not if he doesn't get a lead. Here's Oliver now. Fryman. And the pitch to Oliver. That's going to be 2-11 left-handed, and it's a grounder to first for Joseph. And he'll take it to the bag, one away. Just looking at some of these folks. Pagan is not much of a, look at Pagan if he gets the lead, but he rarely gets the lead. Jeez. Jesus. If he doesn't get the lead, he's in bad shape. Being held, even if he's not held, he'd be a 10. Okay, here's Fryman now. The pitch to Pagan for 7, right-handed, and there's a there's a drive. It stopped by Taylor. Beautiful stop by Tony. At third on a 4-7 right-handed. Single 1 to 18, but he stopped it and he throws him out. 2 away. Goodness. And here's Johnny Jeter now. Jeter, right-handed hitter. Boy, look at his card. Against left-handers, he's pretty good. Also, a lot of triples there. Okay, here's Fryman now. The pitch to Jeter. And that's going to be 3-7, and he struck him out. A 3-7 left-handed. First strikeout for Fryman. And the side is retired. We're in the middle of the second. It's no score. Again, I want to tell you, St. Louis is off on this date. They are 2.5 games out. On yesterday's date, the 15th, the Cardinals beat the Mets, and the Pirates split a doubleheader, allowing the Cardinals to move within 2.5 games. They were 3 behind. And after this game, Pittsburgh will fly to St. Louis for a 2-game series. So if the Pirates lose, they'll be 2 games out, and the Cards have a chance, if they sweep the 2-game series, of tying the Pirates. Whew. Here's Moose now. Bottom of the second, Johnny Briggs will lead it off. Looking at Moose, he's a -4 hold, along with Sanguian, a 0 arm, so it's a -4. So Moose does a good job holding people on. Okay, here's Briggs now, left-handed hitter facing Moose. Moose the windup and the pitch to Briggs. That's going to be 1-7 right-handed, and that is a grounder to first, stop by Oliver. And he'll take it to the bag, one away. Programming note, don't forget the tutorial tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern. It's a little late for me. But, oh, look at the Dow. My God, I'm losing so much money today on paper. My God. Here's Rick Joseph. It's going to be a tutorial from demos, baseball demos on Strat-O-Matic Super Advanced Stealing. Here's Rick Joseph now, 1 out, nobody on. Here's Moose. Oh, the windup and the pitch to Joseph. That's 1-5 right-handed, and he struck him out. That's the second by Moose today, 2 away. He's a good strikeout pitcher. Here's Don Money now. Okay, Moose gets the sign from Sangui, and here's the pitch to Money. That's going to be 2-7 right-handed. He flies it to left. And it's Karl Taylor under that. He makes the catch. And it's a 1-2-3 for Moose and Fryman here in the second. We've gone 2. It's scoreless. We move to the top of the third here. Oh. Okay, Fryman on the mound. He'll face Patek here in the top of the third. Oh. Here's Fryman. The wind up and the pitch to Patek. 4-9 right-handed. And that is a drive hit out into the gap. It's dropping, and that'll be a double for Patek, a leadoff double. So Patek on second, and here's Moose. Moose a B bunter. He's a 1 WR, and he's being held. Infield is in for the bunt. He'll be a C now. That's a house rule. Now he has to bunt. Here's Fryman now, the pitch. He lays it down. It's hit back to Fryman. It's an 11C. It's, oh, strike 2. He has fouled off 2 pitches. And we start fresh now. We got it last time, but let's see if he's going to do it again. Yes, he is. Infield stays back this time. He's a B. It's a 2-ball, 2-strike count. If he fouls it off again, he's out. Uh-oh, 11. And he struck him out. He fouled it off again. And that'll be recorded as a strikeout. 2 outs, 1 out. And here's Mateo Alou. Mateo singled in the first. Oh. Here's Fryman now. You almost think about walking him. He's a 331 hitter, I believe. Yeah, I mean, you know, but whatever. No, I don't think so. Here's the pitch to Alou. Probably backfire. That's going to be 3-10, and there is a base hit. But Patek holds at third. So it's just a little worse than a intentional walk. Second hit by Alou. He's some hitter. Patek went to third to hold. It was a 3-10 single, 1 asked. Oh, I'm sorry, 3-9. Whoa. 3-9 left-handed, misread by me. And that's going to be a fly ball to left caught by Johnson. Oh my, oh my. Caught by Johnson. 2 outs now. Good thing we look at those again. Again, it was a 3-9. Left-handed, fly ball left. Shit. Oh, what a pain in the ass. Okay, fly ball left. And that's going to be 2 away here. God. That's like an art sculpt. So here's Cash now in a clutch situation. With Patek on second, he led off with a double. 2 outs now. Fryman trying to get out of this. And here's the pitch to Cash. That's going to be 2-8. And he walked him. So it's first and second, 2 outs for Sanguillen. Even with Clemente and Stargell out today, the lineup is formidable. Clutch situation here for Sanguillen. 2 outs, first and second. Fryman now. Here's the pitch. 2-7, left-handed. He chops it to short. And Money has it, and he throws it out. The side is retired. No runs. The double to walk, both left. We are in the middle of the third. It's scoreless here. You know, Phillies want to play the spoilers. Here's Moose now. It will be Watkins, Fryman, and Taylor here for the Phillies in the bottom of the third. Dave Watkins will lead it off. Okay, here's Moose now. The wind up and the pitch to Watkins. Three, four right-handed. He walked him. Second walk given up by Moose. And here comes Fryman and Abe Bunter. A 3-4 right-handed. Fryman steps in. He's not being held. He'll stay in A. Here's Moose now. It's hit back to Moose. 8A, and it's good. His only play is to first. Watkins in scoring position now with one out. And the batter is Tony Taylor here. Taylor popped to short in the first. Moves from the stretch. He gets the sign. Here's the pitch to Taylor now. That's 5-10 right-handed. He struck him out. And that's the third strikeout for Bob Moose. Two down. And Cookie Rojas is the batter here. Oh. What am I going to do, even if it is? Clutch situation here for Rojas. Here's the pitch from Moose. 6-9 right-handed. He struck him out. And that's the fourth strikeout for Bob Moose. Side is retired. No runs, no hits. The leadoff walk by Watkins stranded at second. We've gone 3. It's scoreless in a very, very intense game here. Out comes Fryman. It will be Taylor, Oliver, and Pagan. We have not had any X calls yet. We're in the 4th. It happens. Here's Fryman now, the wind up and the pitch to Karl Taylor. That's 111. Oh, it's a ballpark slash. Right-handed. And that's going to be a liner to short. Caught by Money, 1 out. It's only 1-2 on the ballpark singles. I don't know if that's because they have a rough infield that slows the ball down, or what? Or a nice infield, whatever it is. Now here's Al Oliver. Oliver is 0 for 1. Fryman, the windup, and the pitch to Oliver. That's going to be 1-7, and that is a base hit to left. Thrown in by DJ Johnson. Oliver with a 1-out single. And here's Jose Pagan. Oh. Okay, here's Fryman now. The pitch to Pagan. That's going to be 3-10 left-handed, and he flies it to right for Callison, who's under it to make the catch, 2 away. And now Johnny Jeter will be the batter. The youngster, a right-handed hitter. It's 2 outs. Oliver is on first. No score here, top of the 4th. Pirates batting. Fryman now, and the pitch to Jeter. That's going to be a 6-5. Right-handed. Grounds it to short. That's our first X. Let's see if it's on the money. 327. $12-3. It's a G2. He gets to it. E27. 6-8-10. And he throws him out. A nice play by Don Money. And I'm telling you, the Phillies are playing good baseball today, no doubt about it. Scoreless in the middle of the 4th. I should say Fryman pitching really good baseball. So is Moose. Moose is not allowed to hit yet. In 3 innings, he's walked 2, struck out 4. It will be Callison, Briggs, and Joseph here in the bottom of the 4th. Here's Callison now. Here's Moose. He's ready. The windup and the pitch to Callison. That's 3-11 right-handed, and he taps it back to Moose. Fields it and throws it to first, 1 out. Now DJ Johnson comes to the plate. Okay, DJ struck out in the first. Here's Moose. And the pitch to Johnson, 3-7 right-handed. He grounds it to short. And that's fielded by Patek, throws it to first, 1 away. 2 away, I'm sorry. And now Johnny Briggs. Briggs grounded to first in the second. Here's Briggs now at the plate. The pitch from Moose. 5-12, left-handed, grounded back to Moose X. He is a 234. .10-2. He gets it on a G2. E34. 689. E34. And he boots it for the error. It will be a G2 E1. Baseball heaven, baby. Baseball heaven. A G2 E1, an error by Moose. I don't know what you mean by that, baseball heaven, but it sounds all right by me. That's the first error of the ball game. It is with 2 outs. Let's look at Briggs now. He had 9 stolen bases. He's a 15-10. Lord. Still working the system here. 2-6, he gets the lead. He can be thrown out. And he's a 15-10. We'll hold him. He's going to be held, and there's going to be no attempt. So Briggs is on first with 2 outs being held. Here's Briggs, and here's Joseph. Rick Joseph. I mean, I could go figure it out, you know, if I wanted to. Look at that. I'm still new to this, Steve. He, even if I rolled it, I'm not going to do it. This does not count, okay? But it would be a 3. That is, he gets the jump. He gets the lead. And 15 minus 4, that's 11. 15 minus 4, 11. And with the lead, he'd be 1-9. 1-9. So that's where that's at. But we're not doing it. There's Rick Joseph. Still not easy for me to glance on that and pick it up quickly. That's the thing. Yeah, deer. You got moose. You know, you got lamb. I don't know if you remember. The first thing you do, what would it be if you got the good lead to take 15 and add or subtract the, yeah. Okay. Yeah, thank you. You're quick, Steve. Yeah. You got moose, you got deer, you got, you know, lamb, you know, you got ray lamb, you know, veal, Bob Veal, if you wanted to just talk about meat, you know, meats, you know. Here's Joseph with Briggs on first, 2 down now. Both pitchers really been mighty tough here today. Here's Moose now. So the first thing you do is you figure out what would be What it would be if he got a good lead, okay. Yeah, you want to see even with a good lead. Yeah, right. Oh, you're not holding him. Let me check that out. EB 1 to 11. Let me check it out on Briggs. Even if he gets the good lead, he's 1 to 15, -4, 1 to 11 with Sangui and a 0, 1 to 11. But if he is held, that's not being held. Yeah. Got it. Hot Dog Jackson. Well, yeah, there you go. Yeah. Thanks a lot, Steve. That's 1 to 11. That helps a lot. And I am relinquishing the hold right here. I have just relinquished the hold. And what I learned today upon reading the instructions is that the plus, the ground ball plus is not a single. 2 asterisks. Instead, you're going with ground ball X with the pound or the X, the number sign. That would be where it's a single. Oh yeah, you got Hot Dog Jackson. You got. I'm trying to think what else you got. You got veal. Veal, lamb, moose. I've heard of some people eating moose. Oh, God. Here's Rick Joseph now. You have bass. You have bass, you have trout. We don't have to stay with red meat, do we? And that is meat. I think that is meat anyway. Okay, it's 2 outs. Briggs not being held. Here's Joseph. The pitch from Moose. That's going to be 4-7 right-handed. He walked him. So it's 1st and 2nd now. Moose very careful there. You prefer fish. A 4-7 right-handed. Here's Don Money now. This will be a clutch situation. I think anything that comes in now would be unearned. I think so. Doug Bird, short. Oh yeah, you bird. You talk about the bird. Whether it be a turkey. You put your bird in the oven. You got. Now here's money clutch situation. Moose trying to get out of this. From the stretch and the pitch to Money. That's going to be 6-5 right-handed. Grounds it to short X. Patek 336. .336. Whoa! 2-3 S2. Oh, that's going to bring in a run. It's an S2 base hit. With Patek unable to get to that on a 2-3 S2 single, and it's 5-9-11. He's a 36. It's going to be a clean S2. Briggs will score, and Joseph goes to 3rd, and the Phillies take a 1-0 lead. That's an unearned run. Oh my, oh my. What a ball game. So, 1st and 3rd, Money with the big clutch single there. Whew. In a very, very tight ball game. Doug Bird, you have, I'm just trying to think. animals or meats, Here's Watkins now with 2 outs. First and third. That ball just, Patek just could not get to it. And it's 1-0 Phils. Whoa. Here's Moose now. Trying to get out of this. Here's the pitch to Watkins. That's going to be 4-7. Right-handed. He walked him. He's loaded the bases. There's action now. I know it's early. Pirates are not fooling around. They know they cannot take any of this for granted. They only have a 2.5 game lead. Gibbon pitched last game. It's a little early for that. Dalcanton is rested and warming. Bruce Dalcanton. And here comes Fryman now. It's bases full, 2 down, 1 in. Phillies lead it 1-0 here. Here's Moose. And the pitch to Fryman, 6-5 right-handed. Another ground ball to Patek. Again, 336. You let one get by him. 336, 13-3. He gets to this one on a G2. And he is, again, a E36. That's 6'10", 12 on E36. And he throws him out. And the side is finally retired. A sigh of relief by Freddie Patek. There was 1 run, it was unearned. On an error, 2 walks and a single. Moose was actually fortunate to get out of that. What a ball game it is. It's 1-0 through 4. And we're heading to the top of the 5th. Here's Fryman now. The big question, will he hold out? Will Fryman hold out here? His first endurance is the 7th, as is Moose. And it's going to be Patek to lead it off. And I see Moose on deck now. You got, there's got to be more meat and animals. I used to play all sorts of games with baseball players in different categories. I mean, you could go Raleigh fingers for chicken fingers, but I prefer fingers with body parts. Bill Hands, Ed Head. Remember Ed Head? He was on the Brooklyn Dodgers. Ed Head, Raleigh fingers, Bill Hands. No nicknames. Top of the 5th here, 1-0 ball game. I'll tell you, anyone who came here to Connie Mack Stadium, getting their money's worth for a big game here. Okay, Fryman trying to hold the lead. Patek doubled in the 3rd. He steps in. Here's the windup and the pitch from Fryman. That's going to be 110 left-handed. He taps it back to Fryman. Fields it and throws it over to Rick Joseph, 1 away. And here comes Moose. Big Bob Moose. Moose. I'm drawing blanks here. Wow. Steve, what is that? It's always sunny in Philadelphia, Frank. Frank whom? That's because you're eating human meat. I don't get it. Steve, I don't get it. Here's I'm slow sometimes. Here's Fryman. Oh, okay. Which show though? Okay, but which show? I don't even know which show we're talking about. The pitch to Moose, 1-2. He lines it to short, right at money. That was right on the money. 2 outs. And here's Alou now. 2 outs, nobody on. Fryman working himself through. Oh, is that a show? It's Always Sunny in Philly. Okay. Right. Got it. Here's Fryman. The pitch to Alou. 2-12. And he pops it up to second for Rojas. And Rojas makes the catch, and it's a 1-2-3 for Fryman. Lord. Granted that Stargell and Clemente are not in the lineup today, but still, it's a formidable lineup. We're in the middle of the 5th. It'll be the top of the order for Philadelphia. Is it a TV show? Is it what channel is it on? Is it on cable or what? Sitcom? What is it? Okay, here's Moose now, ready to face Taylor, 0 for 2. Okay. Pitch from Moose, 1-4, right-handed, grounds it to short, Patek. And he throws it to Oliver, 1 out. And here's Cookie Rojas. Oh, Netflix, yeah. All right, Moose. The wind-up. Whew. The pitch to Rojas. 4-5, right-handed, struck him out. That's the 5th strikeout today for Bob Moose. And now Johnny Callison. I think I'll watch your game this afternoon, Steve, and then as I get ready for my tutorial at 8 p.m. Eastern, it's going to be live together with baseball demos. You have the Yankees at the Angels. $1:30 Eastern. Two outs, nobody on. Callison at the plate. He walked and tapped back to Moose. And here's Moose. And the pitch to Callison. That's going to be 6-2 left-handed. It's hit deep. It's a ballpark blast by Callison. He's got the power. Whoa. And that is a long fly ball to right field, caught by Jeter at the warning track. Oh my. That's too bad. Let's take a look at that again. Callison really got a hold of that. It was 6-2 left-handed. He's got the power. And in Philadelphia with a left-handed hitter. 1-9, it's gone. And it's caught. Right on the warning track for a long third out. A 1-2-3 for Moose. We've gone 5. And what a ball game, a 1-0 game. And this is important, folks. I want to just remind you, I'm going to be taking a break for about 2 or 3 minutes. But I want to remind you all that this is the pennant race. It's September 16 in our 1969 replay. The Pirates hold a 2 1/2 game lead over St. Louis. St. Louis did not play on this date. The Pirates split their doubleheader. St. Louis was 3 out. Now they're 2.5 out. And if Pittsburgh loses, it'll be 2. I guess they were 3. Well, they were 2.5. They were 2.5 out, and then with the split, that's where they stay. Yeah, they were 2.5. Yeah. And St. Louis is off today. And right after this game, the Pirates will be flying to St. Louis to open up a 2-game series against, yes, you heard it right, the Cardinals. They don't have Gibson or Carlton pitching, the Cards, but they'll have Taylor and Broyles in the 2-game series. The Pirates will have Doc Ellis, who's been unbelievable, and Steve Blass. But in any case, the season, this could be a big series that determines whether the Cardinals are going to stay here, because they could end up 4.5. They could end up anywhere. They could end up as much as 5 games out if the Pirates win today and sweep the Cards in the 2-game series. It's we've gone 5. It's 1-0 Phillies. I'll be back in just a few minutes. This is the Strat-O-Matic Sports Network. Oh, shit. Excuse me. Oh. This thing seems good. Oh, Christ. Oh. Well, we're back and we're heading to the top of the sixth here. There's a cup of coffee. Oh. It's a 1-0 ball game. Phil's over the Pirates. I'm sure the Cardinals are watching the scoreboard. They've already flew back home, waiting to meet the Pirates on tomorrow's date. Here's Fryman now. No runs. 3 hits allowed. He has not walked a batter, struck out 2. It'll be Dave Cash leading it off here. You have Cash, Money. You have lots of people with last names related to finance. Cash, Money, and you'd be surprised how many others there are. Banks, Ernie Banks. No first names. No nicknames. Okay, here's Fryman now. The pitch to Cash. That's going to be 3-12. Left-handed, and he grounds it to third. And Taylor has it. Throws it over to first, 1 down. I'll tell you. Fryman really on today, thus far. And here's Manny Sanguillen. Sanguillen 0 for 2 today. Fryman has allowed, again, only 3 hits. Moose has allowed only 1. And with the error and the walks, well, Phillies lead at 1-0 on that unearned run. Here's Fryman now. The pitch to Sanguillen. That's going to be 1-7 left-handed. He grounds it to short. That's on the money. And he throws it over to Rick Joseph, 2 outs. I'm just waiting for the Bucks to just explode and ruin everything. Here's Fryman now. Facing Karl Taylor 0 for 2. Fryman gets the sign, the wind-up, and the pitch to Taylor. That's 2-10, left-handed, he walked him. So Taylor is on. The tying run is at first. Al Oliver steps up, he is the go-ahead run. This will be lefty-lefty. He's got power. The pitch from Fryman. 3-8 left-handed, fly ball center. It's high and playable by Briggs. And the side is retired. No runs, no hits again. The walk to Karl Taylor, left on base. We're in the middle of the 6th, 1-0 here. We had a great game this morning. Now we have another one here. Moose on the mound now. Both pitchers, each of them. Their first endurance is next inning. Here's DJ Johnson, then it'll be Briggs and Joseph. Phil's batting, bottom of the 6th, they lead 1-0. Here's Moose. Johnson 0 for 2, and the pitch. 3-8 right-handed. It's hit DJ Johnson. Hit deep to left center. No doubt about that. The Moose has been hit. A solo home run leadoff by Johnson. Let's look at it again. 3-8 right-handed. Home run 1 to 9. And it was a 5 on that 20 die. So DJ, the Moose was on the loose there. He let that ball loose. First home run of the ball game. Whoops. Oh, okay. For DJ Johnson. Home run number 17. He had 17. That's just a coincidence. He's got to hit it sometime, if he's gonna. So DJ Johnson with his 17th. We enter it in real time. That'll make it a 2-0 ball game. And here comes Johnny Briggs now. Del Canton is back up and throwing. He started to warm up earlier, sat down. He's back up again. Here's Briggs. Moose, the windup, and the pitch. That's 6-3, left-handed, and that is a base hit by Briggs. Again, we ignore the transparent triangle when we're playing ballpark effects. That is for weather effects. Too bad you can't do them both, which is kind of strange. And it was single 1 to 8 with a 6 on that 20 die. And here's Rick Joseph now. Briggs on first. I'm going to try the I'm going to try that method that Steve talked about. Figure out what would be if he got the good lead. So we're looking at Briggs, a 15 with the lead. And Moose, that's -4. We know Sanguillen's 0. That's 1 to 11. And then you're going to have to subtract more from there, if held. And it's a tough thing. You know, there ought to be a solitaire chart to decide whether we're going to hold him or not. But we're not going to hold him. And I'm not going to send him. That's the quagmire. And I come into that with B's also. Do you know what I'm saying? I come into that with B's whether I want to hold or not. A 1 to 9 held, but nobody's going to steal a 1 to 11. Well, some people would. You know, that's you got a point though. But I will not hold him. Okay. I struggle with that though. That's why on B's I'll roll a die. 1, 2, and 3 they're being held. 4, 5, and 6 they're not being held. But I've turned over to manual. Here's Rick Joseph now. So he's not being held. He's not going anywhere. Here's Joseph. Briggs on first, nobody out. Here's Moose. The pitch to Joseph. That's going to be 4-5 right-handed, and he struck him out. That's one down. And now here's Don Money now. And of course, yeah, you look at the first one where if they get the jump, if they get the lead, because if they don't get the lead, it's even worse. I mean, if they, without the lead, it's even worse. I believe that I believe that the transparent triangle is weather effects, but let me look that up. You could be right, Joel. Let me look that up. But I know we ignore it. Here we go. Okay, when this symbol appears, ignore the first reading. Instead, use the second reading in italics. See, weather effects may be used in place of ballpark. Before the game, refer to the weather effects source, find the home team section, find the grid containing the proper month, roll 20-sided die, read down within the proper grid, determine if there will be good average weather, read across to determine the new dice ranges with 20-sided die for home runs and singles. Okay, I got that. Okay. So you're right. That is not for weather effects, but what is that for then? What the hell is that thing for? When you're doing, well, does that mean that if I'm doing ballpark effects, I go with that symbol? Does anybody know? Let's look at that again. With Briggs. Let's look at that again. I may have learned something here. I'm going to take it back. Here. It's related to ballpark effects, but wait a minute now. I need to get this straight here. I'm doing a replay here. Oh, Lord, help me, God. Here's the replay. Here's the play on Briggs. And here comes Johnny Briggs now. Del Canton is back up and throwing. He started to warm up earlier, sat down. He's back up again. Here's Briggs. Loose the windup and the pitch. That's a 6-3. Now, 6-3. Yeah. So it's a 6-3. Look at the reading on a 6-3. This is left-hander. Says single left. If I'm doing ballpark effects, what's the reading on that? Does anybody know? Rule number 30.6 says, when this symbol appears, ignore the first reading. Instead, use the second reading. And I suppose then that applies to both ballpark and weather effects. Ballpark effects and weather effects you're going to go with the second reading. If you're playing just advanced or basic, just advanced, you would go with the transparent single. Correct. Thank you. That's so. What I somehow thought, I don't know where I got that idea that it had to do with weather. I don't ever do weather, but it's good to know that we're doing it right on ignoring that. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Bill Ivan. Yeah. Yeah. And let's get back to this this very intense ball game. It's 2-0. It's Briggs on first, not being held, 1 out. Here's money now. So if you're not doing ballpark effects or weather effects, if you're not doing either of them, you're going to use that transparent up, right side up arrow thing. And you're also, I don't know if you're playing just advanced. Yeah, that's just advanced. Anyway, here's money now. Moose from the stretch. Here's the pitch. That's going to be 3-7 right-handed, and he grounds it to short, not being held, and it's a double play. I just wanted to say something I learned today with reading is that the plus, if he were being held, that does not translate to a single, 2 asterisks. Instead, it's on the super advanced fielding with the pound sign or the number sign, and it spells it out for you there. So you ignore the plus there on super advanced. Yeah, exactly, Joel. Both go with the second reading. That's a question I have for. I have this as a question for in my tutorial with demos later. Anyway, we have the side retired, another run on the home run by DJ Johnson. And after 6, it's 2-0. Exactly, Steve. Yeah, thanks for mentioning that. With super advanced fielding, the fielder responsible for holding lose a range. Right. A lot of things to keep in mind. And holding runners on base, when an infielder is responsible for holding a runner and a ground ball X is hit to him, add 1 to that fielder's rating. Here's where it says don't award a single. And also very important is, this is very important, when a runner is held on a hit with no asterisks, subtract 1 from the running rating when he's being held on the advance. If he's not being held, add 1. And yeah, you know, you need to be mindful that you're adding 1 to the running rating on any situation where they're not being held. It's almost like a counterbalance there. And that is easy to, I would say that's probably easy to forget or neglect. That's very, very important there. On the hold, don't forget to add one. You want to add one. On those running ratings, and you also want to subtract, add one if the infielder responsible for holding a runner on a ground ball X, add one to his range, add one to his rating. Okay, we're heading to the 7th here. And Fryman in his first inning of endurance, both in their first endurance inning here in the 7th. It'll be Jose Pagan, Jeter, and Patek here in the top of the 7th. Fork tie. He's on YouTube. I found him. Whoa. I see it. I see it. You know, I'm subscribed to him just so I can watch some of the things he's doing. Yeah, found him. Thank you. But that's the thing to keep in mind. Again, if the ground ball, and I'm doing this off the top of my head without looking, ground ball X, runner responsible for holding, and there's a chart for that in the instructions. Rating goes up by 1. When stretching, add 1 if not being held, if that runner was not being held. Subtract 1 if they are being held. And I assume that would be both bases. Yeah, first or second. First or second. And that's something, you know, you just got to go over that over and over and over again until you get it. I have no problem remembering the add 2 with 2 outs. I hope we still do that. That's an enhanced basic version, isn't it? Add 2 to the running rating with 2 outs if they're stretching. I assume that's still in play. I assume that's still in play. Well, here's Fryman, big inning here for Woody. No action in the bullpen. Farrell would probably be the first to go since he didn't pitch last game. Here's Fryman now. The pitch to Pagan. That's going to be 2-3, left-handed. That's a ballpark slash. I call it slash so the listener, like you, the viewer, knows that it's not a ballpark home run and you don't have to look to see what it is, that you know what's going on. 2-3 left-handed, ballpark slash right-handed hitter. And look at that. It's again a line out to short. Something's going on with that infield there. 1-2 are hits, and Money makes the catch, 1 away. I think it is an enhanced, you know, there are some enhanced basic rules. There are basic rules, and then there are some enhanced so-called optional rules. One of them is add 2 to the running rating when you're stretching if there were 2 outs. And I assume in advanced and super advanced that still applies. You know, this when you start getting into the super advanced, it really makes you like second guess a lot of things. You know what I mean? See, here's on the basic, runner advancement on hits on basic. When there are 2 outs, it's not even enhanced. It's part of the basic rule. When there are 2 outs, add 2 to the lead base runner's running rating before rolling the die. And I don't think that would be negated. Do any of you? Okay. In advanced or super advanced? I don't think so. The holds, adjusts, what's interesting here, you always use the 2-out rule, sure. And when here, though, in super advanced, when the runner is held, subtract 1 from the running rating, but let's suppose he's not being held. When the rating is needed, if the base runner is not being held, add 1. So would we add 3 with 2 outs? With a runner not being held, we would add 3 now. That's my question. Does anyone follow that? Whew, God. Here's Johnny Jeter now. Yeah, you use the 2-out rule, but my question is, you're supposed to add 1 to the running rating at all times if they're not being held when you are stretching. And if that be the case, you would add 3. Okay? If there are 2 outs. Of course, you could add the 1 without 2 outs. Anyway, you add the 1. So, you can really, you add 3, okay. Thank you. Thank you, Joel. You guys know you're advanced. You guys ought to play them on YouTube or something, because you'd be teaching us a lot of things here. Here's Jeter now. One out, nobody on. Fryman in his first endurance inning. The windup and the pitch to Jeter now. Right-handed hitter, that's a 4-5, and he flies it to right. Under that is Callison. He makes the catch, 2 outs. And here comes Patek. What a ball game. What a game. Here's Patek now. 2 outs, nobody on. Patek doubled, left on, and tapped back to Fryman. Here's the pitch to Patek. That's going to be 6-5 right-handed. Grounds to short X. That's money, 327. $16-3 G1, he gets to it. E27, 5-8-10, and he throws him out. And it's a 1-2-3 for Fryman, looking as strong as ever. We're in the middle of the 7th now. Here's Moose. This might be his last inning. Well, that's another, that is, oh, Joel, you're right fielder throwing to third, add another 2. Holy cow. And do I have to do that? Left fielder throwing to third, subtract 2. Wait a minute. I remember reading about that. That's not optional? Holy cow. Oh, God, hold on. Right field, it never ends. Oh, 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 oh. Now, wait a minute, right fielder throwing to third. Oh, I'm sorry, folks. I remember. Oh, my sides. Oh. Oh. Oh, my sides. Oh. Yeah, Strat-O-Matic University never ends. I'm a life student. Holy cow. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, I guess the good thing is that if I don't do that rule, the other stuff I'm okay with, but if I don't do that rule, well, the cutoff rule is I can cut it off and let the guy, if I'm defense, I can let a guy stretch. Say there's a runner on first, I could let him go to third on a base hit, no asterisks, and keep the batter at first. That's how I do the cutoff rule. Okay, but this one, I remember reading about this, the right fielder throwing throwing to third, add 2, and left fielder throwing to third, subtract 2. Now, you're doing that to the running rating? Because I would think the running rating, yes, you would add 2, of course, it's further. Yeah. Oh. And that only applies to third. I don't think I have a problem kind of remembering that if I'm stretching a guy to third, yeah. Oh God, help me. Oh, I have a feeling that if I don't do that rule, they'll both offset each other. Do you know what I'm saying? The add 2 minus 2 will get offset so that it won't be a big deal. But that's the cutoff rule. I need to, demos, you may want to do a lesson on how to organize super advanced. And I have a feeling that there might be a good chart that should be made, a master chart where all you have to do is glance, the long throw and the shorter throw from left, yeah. But I think what we need is a master chart that gives all these variables so that all you have to do is glance at it and you see stretching right field to third plus 2, let me see what's there. By the way, we're heading to the bottom of the 7th, folks. Oh, Christ. Super advanced cutoff computations. Holy cow, what is this? I can't even... Let me see. Single, no asterisks. First and third. I don't know what these are. I'm sure I'd have to read this. You know, oh God, I don't think I would do that. Catcher blocking the plate, outfielder robbing home runs. But the good news is that there's so much opportunity to learn more. That's the good news. But you know, I'm content to say that if I don't do that rule, I mean, Steve, you do. I think you do super advanced stealing, and that's it. You don't do the other stuff. You do advanced fielding. You know. My question, and it's an honest question, is it still statistically accurate if you don't do that rule? The rule on the right fielder throwing to third versus the left fielder throwing to third. And what about the center fielder? Then do you stay the same? My question is it still statistically accurate? You do? Oh, God. Because that would just ruin everything. Okay, Dave Watkins to lead it off. Bottom of the 7th. Here's Moose in his first endurance inning. This might be his last inning. Here's Moose. The good news is that if I go slow, I might be able to gradually get all this. You were using the +2 to right when you were playing basic. Okay, I didn't know it existed then. Here's Moose. The pitch to Watkins, 3-10 right-handed, grounds it to short. For Patek, 1 down. And here's Fryman now. There will be a hitter for Moose in the 8th. Oh, you, seriously? You came up with that yourself? That's wild. Here's Moose now. The pitch to Fryman, 110 struck him out. That's number 7 for Moose today. But again, my question to all of you, I pose it, is if you were not to use some, if not all of these rules, such as the right field versus left field, +2, -2, the add 1 when not being held on the stretch, subtract 1 when being held, and the other one I was talking about, which is add 1 to the fielding rating with the infield, on the infielder responsible for holding a runner. Wouldn't it all balance out? Wouldn't it all balance out? You know what I'm saying? If I didn't use any of them, or I used one or some of them, by doing that consistently, wouldn't it just balance out for every team? You know what I'm saying? That's my thinking. I don't know if that's a rationalization or a poor justification, but I'm going to do my best to keep these 3 things in mind. Again, the right field, left field, add 2 subtract 2, that's 1. The add 1 to the fielding rating of the runner responsible for holding a runner. And of course, add 1 to all runners trying to stretch. Actually, that would be not, that would be add 1. Where the hell is it? Runner advancement. Here it is. Add 1 to all base runners not being held, and that's regardless. That's just always. That's always when. And that's on stretching only. That's on stretching. I don't think there's any other time you use the running rating. So it's those 3 that you must keep in mind. You think it would balance out, Joel? I appreciate that, really. That's what I'm hoping. Here's Tony Taylor now. 2 outs, nobody on, Moose. Probably the last batter he'll face. The pitch to Taylor. That's 5-4 right-handed. Ballpark slash. Again, it's a 1-2. Right-handed. Oh, that made me laugh. Lines it to short at Patek, and the side is retired. We're heading to the 8th. That made me laugh. We're heading to the 8th. It's a 2-0, quite a ball game. And here's Woody now, and there's going to be a hitter for Moose. I could see some people there. There is would be a rationale to keep him, but they're down by 2. They're going to have him. He allowed 3 hits. He walked 4, struck out 7, pitched very good baseball again. 2 runs, 1 of them unearned. I'm sorry, 1 of them unearned. You think it would balance out? Oh, God. And it will be Del Canton. I'm just taking a look here to see who they would be facing. Yeah, we'll bring Del Canton in. Let's see who's hitting here. Oh, that was funny. I shouldn't be so hard to remember that. From right to third. Sure. Let's see who's hitting. Now, Stargell and Clemente are not available. They're out for a reason. They're hurt. Or something. It's going to be Jose Martinez. I could bring Hebner in, but we'll bring Martinez in against the left-hander. I'm looking at the 2 cards. I hate to game the system, but we'll bring in Jose Martinez. So Jose Martinez steps in here to lead it off. Here's Martinez. Fryman has gone all the way. He's allowed only 3 hits, no runs. He's walked 1, 2, and struck out 2. Here's Fryman. Pitch to Martinez, 2-5 left-handed. It's a base hit for Martinez. He's not going anywhere. You know, the only thing here, we have 13. He had 1 stolen base. I'm still learning on this. On a 13, he'd be even if he got the lead, he would be a 1 to 16 with Sanguian, and with a lead 1 to 16 minus 2, 1 to 14. Whoa. See, that is such a tough call to decide whether you're going to do it, but we'll just let him sit and not hold him. It's called not so super advanced. Okay. See, that's a tough call. There ought to be a solitaire chart, to determine whether you're holding somebody. You know what I mean? Based on all these numbers. You know what I mean? Because I would tend to 1 to 13, 1 to 16. With Watkins 1 to 18. That's Watkins 1 to 18 minus 2, 1 to 16. We're going to hold him. Okay, we will hold him. Okay, we're going to hold Martinez, because again, Martinez 1 to 13 with Fryman 1 to 16 and Watkins 1 to 18. 1 to 18. Even if he doesn't get the lead, it's 1 to 14. Oh, is that your rule, Joel? 1 to 11 and over you hold? Interesting. I will continue to struggle in trying to figure it out. I'm going to try it out manually, case by case. That's how I do it, Joel. I'm case by case now. So we're holding Martinez, and now I'll wear my offensive hat. I'm not going. Okay? I'm not going. I mean, look at him if he, without a lead. It's a 2. Okay? But they're going to hold him. But they really should. That's a disadvantage to Philadelphia, because now the X situation comes up. But in any case, he's being held. And here's Matty Alou. They're down by 2. Well, yeah, you hold all, okay, Demos holds all asterisks. This is not an asterisk. And any other with an advanced letter of A, B, or C. Interesting. Maybe I should follow my rule for advanced, and that is I hold all double A's and A's, and B's are case by case, or I could go with a 1, 2, 3 is held, 4, 5, and 6 is not held. But that's another interesting option. Here's Alou now. Martinez being held. Yeah, definitely hold all asteroids, but go with the A, B, and you go with the C also. Wow. Okay, here's Fryman now. The pitch to Alou. That's going to be 2-7, left-handed, fly ball center. And under that is Briggs. He's got it. 1 down. That's a big out with Alou. Martinez still being held. Here's Cash. And in your situation, you would not be holding Martinez because he's a D. Dave. You would not be holding Martinez. That really increases his chances if he gets a lead. Wow. With not holding him, if he gets the lead, he's going to be a 13, 16, 18. 1 to 18. Dave. 1 to 18 not being held. 1 to 18 not being held if he has the lead. That's only if he gets the lead. You see? So there may be some things happening there. Okay, here's Cash now with one out. Martinez on first. Fryman from the stretch. That's going to be 6-8, right-handed. He grounds it to short. It's money to Rojas, to Joseph, and the side is retired. The Phillies are playing such good baseball today. Oh, my. Side is retired, no runs, one hit, none left. It was a 6-8 right-handed. And boy, is Fryman on today. You follow what I'm saying, Dave? With Jose Martinez, you say you would not hold him. So therefore, if he got the lead, he'd be 1-16, plus Watkins 1-18, and the if runner held thing would not apply. He'd be 1-18 if he gets the lead, which is very peculiar. He only had one stolen base. He was caught 3 times. Very peculiar. But the side is retired. We're heading to the bottom of the 8th. It's Bruce Dalcanton taking his warm-ups. I guess there are exceptions, right? There are always exceptions that you're going to miss out on. Either way. Okay, Dalcanton is ready. He's going to try to keep the Pirates in this game. It'll be Rojas, Callison, and Johnson. And if you're looking ahead to the top of the 9th, it will be Sanguillen, Karl Taylor, and Oliver. Here's Rojas. Dalcanton, the windup, and the pitch to Rojas. That's 6-3, right-handed, fly ball left X. Taylor, 425. .425, 4-4. It's a D2 double. E25, 6-11, 14. And that's going to be a leadoff double by Rojas. Here's Johnny Callison now. Callison 0 for 2 with a walk. So this is, oh yeah, I guess you said that this is almost super advanced. Not so super advanced. Or somewhat super advanced. Here's Callison. Dalcanton, 3-9, right-handed. He flies it to right. And it's Jeter to make the catch, 1 out. Now DJ Johnson, who had the big home run. Big insurance run there in the 6th. Dalcanton from the stretch. And that is a 6-10 right-handed. Grounds it to third for Pagan. 2 away. What a game. Johnny Briggs. Of course, my bias is for the Phillies to win only because I want to see a close race in the East. Pirates with a 2.5 game lead over St. Louis. But I account, okay? I acknowledge the bias and then deal with it. And don't let it interfere. Here's the pitch to Briggs. That's 5-9 left-handed. Oh, that's hit well. Oh, my. Into the gap. It's a double by Briggs. Oh, excuse me. Rojas scores. Oh, a clutch double by Johnny Briggs to make it 3-0. First the double to Rojas, then with 2 outs here. Briggs, 5-9 left-handed with the double. Exactly what the Pirates didn't want from Del Canton. Here's Rick Joseph now. And the pitch. 6-8, right-handed. There's a base hit to right. This might bring Briggs home. Now, here's a chance where we have from right to home. I don't think that would apply, right, on that rule. No one being held. See about bringing Briggs, stretching Briggs home. 1-14, 2 outs, 1-16. You know, and it's always a tough rule, whether on solitaire, whether you're going to even try for the throw. We will. 1-16, and he is out. Oh, a beautiful throw by Jeter, out from right field. For the double play, if you will. Trying to stretch it. Goes against my conventional wisdom. Do you even try to throw out a guy 1-16? And he did, and it was a 19. And again, no one being held, so if the runner is not being held, you add 1 to his running rating when stretching. Oh, okay, so here's a case where I would have added 1. He'd be a 1-17. He's still out. Okay, he's still out. That's a case where that add 1 comes into play. If you all follow what I'm saying, the side is retired. We're heading to the 9th. 3-0, and it's Fryman who has gone all the way. Woo, what a game. Oh, God. What a freaking game. Oh, God. Oh, God. Here we go, 3-0. Manny Sanguillen leading it off. Fryman has gone all the way. He has full endurance. The pitch to Sanguillen. Oh, it's off the... There it is. It's a 5. Oh. That's a 5-10 right-handed. Catcher X. Watkins 4-7. Yeah, I follow what you're saying, Demos. Jeez. Watkins 4-7. Oh, Lord. You know, Hal Richmond plays basic. He doesn't even know a lot of these rules. Really, in fact, I saw that in an interview. They were asking him, and he didn't know what something was, what it meant. 15-4, E7. That's going to be with no one on base, it's popped up in foul territory. E7, 5-9, 11. Again, that's a clean PF. And it is a foul out. 2 Watkins, 1 away. But if I'm very mindful, I might be able to keep... You say it'll balance out. Some of you have said that. But I'm going to try to add all those features. And in time, just gradually get them in my bones. Here's Karl Taylor. It's just a challenge. It's not worth saying that Strat-O-Matic, because you don't do, if you're playing elements of super advanced and you don't do them all for one reason or another, it does not negate the statistical accuracy. It doesn't make the whole thing bullshit. That's what I think. Oh, here's Taylor now, the pitch. That is a 4-7 right-handed, and it's a base hit by Taylor. But you see, when you're not being held, you add 1 to the running rating on a stretch every time. We must remember that because you're subtracting when you're holding. And that's a super advanced rule that must be adhered to. And even with that one, Joseph was thrown out by Jeter. So Taylor on first. This is no laughing matter. Fryman. It's Farrell warming. Al Oliver, left-handed hitter, lefty, will let him hit. Taylor on first. Taylor is like I mean, some of you may say E, and right away, even though you're doing super advanced, you're not even going to bother holding or trying, and you see, it's just not worth even spending the time on. Here's Oliver. 1 out, it's Karl Taylor on first. Here's Fryman from the stretch. And it's 3-6 left-handed, and he hit him. Oh, my. Fryman has hit Oliver. This is getting very interesting. It's first and second with 1 out. Let me double check to see who. Here's Jose Pagan, by the way. Let me see who is, if it's Farrell for sure. Farrell, the right-hander, is the go-to guy, no doubt about it. He's warming. I could look into Wilson, who pitched last game, to have him go 2. He's a better card, but we'll go with Farrell since he's rested. What's fair is fair, you see? And here's Woody trying to get out of this. First and second, Pagan is the tying run at the plate. Here's Fryman now. And the pitch to Pagan. That's 6-11 right-handed, and it's grounded to third. They'll force him. Taylor throws to second. He forces Oliver. It's 2 outs, first and third. For the rookie, Johnny Jeter. Whoa. Johnny Jeter. 6-11 left-handed, right-handed. Here comes Jeter now. It all comes down to this. You know, it's quite a good statement, Demos, that you say some days you just wish you would have stuck with advanced and left it at that. Left it well enough alone. One column, you're in trouble against Jeter. Patek on deck. You wonder, should you walk him? But I don't think so. That means we put on the tying run. So here's Jeter now, facing Fryman, 2 outs, first and third. Fryman from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Jeter. Whoa, it's a 4-9 right-handed. Whoa, it's going to be trouble. Oh, my. It's a double down the line. The youngster Jeter. with a clutch. Actually, it's 2 outs. A clutch double. Let's look at that again. 490, he's a right-handed hitter. Double 1 to 13, it was a double. 2 asteroids. Taylor comes home, Pagan to third. I'm sorry. Yeah, Pagan to third. Oh my, and they're coming out to talk to him. They're coming out to talk to Woody here. Woody is 1 hit or walk away from fatigue. I've heard people talk about whether a hit by pitch should be counted toward fatigue, but it's not in the Strat-O-Matic rules. Second and third, 2 outs. Patek, a 239 hitter. Will he hit? I think he would probably hit in real world. I don't see them having anybody to speak of. The Robertson pinch hit in this game in real world, but he is not. I hate to game the system, but he's a 209 freaking hitter. Hebner pinch ran. Gene Alley. I don't know why Alley is not playing. I think he's hurt. He has not played in a while. And I like to use who was played as a guideline. Here's Gene Alley still not being used into the September 18, into September 19. So we won't use him, because I don't use the injuries. I use, this. Now, the big question I have is Hebner, a left-handed hitter, going against Fryman, going to be better than Patek. And Hebner looks better quickly, but maybe not. And because Patek, a right-hander on Fryman's card, would probably be better. We're going to go with Patek. I think it's a fair decision. So here's Freddie Patek stepping in. Oh, Steve, I don't have patience. It's a very kind thing for you to say. I like the games going on for more than 90 minutes, and the reason why is because I enjoy this. This is my recreation in life, okay? It's not because I have patience. The impatience, really, of me is my unwillingness to go on with the game at a normal pace. I do this because I enjoy it. I don't think I have more patience than you. I am, I'm an addict. I'm addicted to coffee, to weed. I am irritable. I get irritable. I get anxious. So I don't have patience. So I think we have different motivations for the speed in which we play. Different reasons. Here's Patek facing Fryman, second and third, 2 down, 1 in. And Fryman 1 hit or walk away from fatigue. It's a 3-1 game. Here's Fryman now. I have a moderate to sometimes severe anxiety, but it's been better during this game. Here's Fryman now. And the pitch, 3-6, left-handed. Fly ball to center field. This should end the ball game. Under it is Briggs, and he makes the catch. What a game. What a frickin' game. The final, Philadelphia 3, Pittsburgh 1. Whoa. The Cardinals now are only 2 games behind the Pirates. Fryman with the win. He went all the way, got into a little trouble there in the 9th. He allowed 6 hits. He pitched good ball. He walked 2. He struck out 2 and allowed that 1 run there in the 9th. The loss goes to Moose. It was a tough one. He pitched very good ball. The final line, Phillies 3 runs, 6 hits, no errors. Pirates 1 run, 6 hits, and 1 error. I think what I'm going to do... Oh, I know what you mean about the movies, Steve. I have very little patience to sit and watch a movie. I have very little patience. I lie in bed, I'll watch documentaries, and even sometimes a movie, but I won't be on the edge of my seat watching it. I think I'm going to make a chart for myself before your game with these 3 variables. I don't know if it's worth it, but I think I'm going to make a little chart for myself on the add 1 when not being held, subtract 1 when being held, add 1 to the arm on the infielder holding, and also right field to third and left field to third, and have that sort of as a reference, because those are 3 rules that are integral and might be easy to miss. It was a great game. Thank you guys for being here. Hope you enjoyed it. I think I played it pretty accurately. The final again, Phillies, Fryman, great pitching by Fryman, his 16th win. And he's really pitched great for the Phillies this year. 16 wins. Stay strong, everybody. Stay well. I'll be at Steve's game at, I believe we're looking at a 4:30 p.m. Eastern, 1:30 on the West Coast time for Steve's 1966 Yankees at Angels. And then 8 p.m. Eastern will be my tutorial. And even though I think I've made what demos called great strides since going to SOMU yesterday, I think this is going to nail it for me. So that's 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 on the West Coast. Tutorial with baseball demos on Super Advanced Stealing live together. Stay strong, folks, and I'll catch you next time. Oh, I am definitely gonna look into making that chart, because the cutoff rule though was insane. Like Joel said, that's madness. That is pure madness. We'll see you at 8, demos. Thank you once again. You're very kind. Really, for teaching me. I owe you a lot, because you're the one who really was instrumental in getting me over the hump through my resistances. And then I also have appreciated the help from Steve and Steve Aquaman and others who've helped me a lot. Take care, everybody.